Hello, I'm Harry.
I'm Karen.
And I'm Tony.
In this short video, we're going to talk about donation memorial artworks and why we think art is the greatest way to promote and raise awareness of organ and tissue donation, whilst also recognising the amazing work of donation doctors and nurses and acting as a memorial to donors and donor families.
Sometimes when a memorial is referred to, what may immediately come to mind is something sombre, as found in a graveyard, but a donation artwork can be attractive and prominent, featuring elements from nature in order to symbolise regeneration and thereby creating something that is uplifting, inspiring and thought-provoking.
We've created a lot of organ and tissue donation artworks over the years. We always try to make each artwork unique and relevant to its location.
For example, Southampton is famous for sailing events, and many varieties of seabirds congregate around this area of estuaries and mudflats. So our artwork, Sails and Seabirds, takes these key elements as inspiration, depicting gulls soaring around an abstract representation of wind-blown sailing ships, signifying the freedom given by the gift of life.
Pauline Holmes, the mum of Russell, who died aged 26 of a sudden brain hemorrhage, said, "I love the idea of the yachts in the memorial, as it reminds me of when you see one go over the horizon, it will go out of your view but into someone else's. In the same way that when you lose someone but they donate, someone else's life can begin again." I think this really shows something about the power of art, in that everyone can perceive art slightly differently, and donor families can take away their own personal meaning and feel some solace in the fact that the artwork has been created for them.
Art UK made a short video about our shoaling fish artwork at Bangor Hospital. This gave us a brilliant insight of how local children interpret the artwork, as well as the feedback received from Abby Roberts, a specialist organ donation nurse at the hospital. We're just going to show a short clip from this now.
I think the sculpture represents organ donations. As the fish go round, the circle grows bigger, and that means there are more and more people donating every day.
The sculpture is called Gift of Life, Throdd o Fywyd, and I think it represents that with the birds and the fish, everyone coming in, joining and helping more people live. And the words across the wall, donation, Rhodd, bywyd, life, it just helps people understand that there's people that need more help and people are helping.
The sculpture is very important to me. We worked very hard to recognise that organ donation is a really special gift that families and the donors provide to give life to someone else. So to have something in the hospital that acknowledges what they've done is really precious.
What kind of a response have you had to the sculpture?
We've had a really positive response. Most people that come this way always comment on how beautiful it looks, how it's brightened up the area and how important it is.
That last comment by Abby really confirmed to us how art can grab people's attention and capture people's imagination, which is why it can be a really useful tool for encouraging visitors to engage and keep organ and tissue donation at the forefront of their minds.
When designing a new organ donation memorial, its ability to engage local people is always one of the first things we think about. As the donor artwork develops, it's important to ensure that the finished piece displays a strong sense of identity that will encourage a positive engagement and instill pride in the local community.
Our artwork at Bradford Royal Infirmary utilises birds native to Yorkshire gathering around a tree of life, Symbolically, this artwork represents those awaiting a donation and also donor recipients spreading their wings to enjoy renewed health and their newfound freedom.
Emmerdale actress Kitty McGeever sadly passed away at the Bradford Royal Infirmary, but she donated her organs to help others. Kitty's sister, Caroline Mitchell, said, "The memorial is a beautiful reminder of the generous gift that my sister Kitty and so many thousands of organ donors have made, so that someone else may live a happy and healthy life after their death. It is really very beautiful and life-affirming. We sincerely thank you."
This sculpture was designed for Yeovil District Hospital. Yeovil has long been associated with helicopter design and manufacture. Sycamore seeds are often known as helicopters for the way they spiral to the ground, creating new life. The sculpture depicts a single seed as if just fallen to earth. Its tracery of veins containing uplifting words regarding organ donation. When Roger and Isabel Coombs sadly lost their son, they gifted his organs. Mr. Coombs said, "Giving life is the biggest gift you could give to anyone. When you grieve for someone, like we did, it is a flicker of light knowing they are still around, and seeing the sculpture brings back memories, happy ones. I am proud." This sculpture marks the importance of their gesture, whilst also encouraging others to save lives.
We feel very honoured to make artworks for such an important cause, and we agree with Dale Gardner's sentiments that every hospital should have a donation memorial artwork. We always try to be very accommodating for different budgets and different locations to make this happen. A hospital that carries out a lot of transplants and has a large pot of funding might want to thank donors and promote further donation with a large visual spectacle such as this 3-metre wide brass suspended sunflower that we're currently producing for a new hospital. This utilises the hospital's large entrance space.
For a smaller hospital that only carries out a few transplants a year, it's still just as important to honour donors. Milton Keynes Hospital had a smaller budget and was constricted by space limitations, so we worked with them to find a suitable location and design an artwork that was site specific for them. So we produced this apple blossom wall artwork. Over the years, individual names of organ and tissue donors can be added to each blossom.
As well as wall artworks and suspended sculptures, we also produce indoor and outdoor freestanding sculptures, so there's something for every space. We've also been talking to Mohan Foundation about designing artworks that can be made by craftspeople in India. And we would of course be honoured to design artworks that can be produced in Trinidad and Tobago, Australia, Canada, South Africa and all of the other Commonwealth countries.
We're just going to end on a quote by international opera star Rhys Marion that he said about one of our artworks. We think this perfectly sums up the significance of donation memorial artworks.
The importance of the wonderful organ donation artwork at Bangor is twofold. Firstly, it creates a space for those who have experienced organ donation on both sides of the process, to have place for solace and a moment's thought while having a wonderful feeling that donating is so much appreciated. Secondly, it creates a discussion. It raises awareness. People will ask what it is and what it's for, and the subject of organ donation is raised easily and naturally. They are evocative and attractive pieces of large-scale art and enhance the hospital environment.